Oh, welcome back, or welcome if you know. This is So Says Kez. I'm Kerry Ann, and the Kez in So Says Kez, and this channel is about me spitballing mainly. These are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear, I warn you, I swear, because I'm not monetized, so I can't get demonetized. Because this isn't about money or about me. My work is purely for the betterment of humankind, right? So I basically talk about all sorts of stuff. Recently, I've been doing quite a bit on celebrity shite, and because everything ties in to the fact that we're being stuffed by the same entity. All of us are being stuffed by this entity, and everything ties in. Because once we get this world changed, then literally we get to benefit, and the crusty old scab falls off the top of the pyramid, right? So, like, my work is mainly esoteric. I have a huge boner for logic and reason and common fucking sense, right? So, and I get shit wrong. Please let me know. In fact, this particular video, I would like some feedback on, please, if you could, because one word, Brexit, right? So I found this news article last night. I've not done a video in days. Nothing's been tickling my tulip, right? But then I saw this before I went to bed last night. Labour approve £3.6 billion takeover of Royal Mail by EP Group, right? EP Group. And then in the first sentence, Royal Mail's takeover by a Czech billionaire has been approved by ministers, it was reported last night. So I'm assuming this Czech billionaire, whose name is Daniel Kretinsky, I'm assuming he owns the EP Group. He can't be the EP Group, surely. Do you know what I mean? Just like not one singular person owns Serco. It is a group of them bastards. All right? Now, Brexit is a thing, is it not? Now, I voted for Brexit. I voted to leave the European Union because, as you may know if you've been here before, I have multiple sclerosis. I spent 15 years fighting for BIP. Well, it was DLA when I first started fighting it. It all changed as I was doing it. But I spent 15 years fighting for that with no... Right. And on all of the letters that I got, I was forced to this, I was forced through the Fit for Work scam, because that's what it is. It's a money-making scheme. They put this out to tender, and all the tenders are taken by companies, Deloitte and shit like that are owned by Serco, ultimately owned by Serco, who also own Interserve, who do the hospitals, G4, or is it G4S, who do the prisons. They're solely in control of the fucking world's nuclear arsenal, this, that, and the other. I don't know where he fits in with this, but I wanted out of there because every letter I got, it had got paid for by the European Union. And I'm like, and the head of Serco in the European Union was like, this is the worst thing you've ever do if you vote for Brexit. I'm like, heard, understood. I'm voting for fucking Brexit. It's the only thing that I've actually voted for in decades. I was like, nope, I want us out of this, because this fucking roll into a one world system, this new world order, global governance, like the power of the many in an ever small focused few, means they can just go poof and fuck over the whole world at one go, right? And I'm against that. I'm against them, right? So damn right I wanted out of Brexit, but I don't know how this fits in because I don't follow politics and shit. I'm just the logic of it, right? Not the details. So if anybody, without going too far into it, because I'm really not that interested, if somebody could tell me how this works around Brexit, the Royal Mail now being owned by Czechoslovakia, like, But please enlighten me. Anyways, it means that Britain's postal service, which traces its lineage back to Henry VIII, will fall under foreign ownership for the first time in its more than 500 years of history. The BBC said Daniel Kretinsky, who is already the largest shareholder of Royal Mail's parent company, International Distribution Services, will be allowed to proceed with his £3.6 billion takeover of the group following a national security assessment. But the UK government will reportedly maintain a golden share in the business, meaning it will need to approve any major changes to Royal Mail's ownership in the future, as well as the location of its headquarters and tax residency. Now, at the bottom, it then says, I'm not one of them YouTubers. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm just shit. But like I say, it's my opinions, not the actual fact of the thing. It says on the should we just get to the end? Should we just right? So shit at my job. It's not my job. I don't get paid for it. Oh, lovely. I got to point out this lovely lass. I don't know what video it was that I did recently, but somebody went out of her way to tell me that she didn't watch my video, which I thought was so sweet, and the irony was not lost on me. Just like I got fed up with you, mate, getting to the point. Fun fact, that's what I do. I don't script. I don't, like this is flying by the seat of my pants. That's my whole shtick. Right, this bit I find quite fun. Mr. Kretinsky, known as the Czech Sphinx because of his low profile. That bit caught me attention. I'm all about the serious stuff, mate. Sphinx, what? Like, Sphinx is a pretty big thing. Everybody knows where the Sphinx is. Well, we don't know what the Sphinx is. That's been hidden. But we know where the Sphinx is, and it's a pretty big fucking thing, right? It's not really low profile. I suppose the nose has got pretty low profile, but the profile's a bit wanky. But has also agreed to commitments, including that staff will receive 10% of any dividends paid out by the business, as well as the formation of a workers group, which will meet every month with company bosses to give posties a greater say in how it is run. Now, cracking, like they're really selling it to me. Like if the posties get a decent service, cracking, the posties won't have to bloody strike, and we get mail delivered. It follows previous pledges made by the billionaire to maintain Royal Mail's one price goes anywhere universal service obligation. Don't even ask me, mate. Which requires it to deliver letters 6 days per week, Monday to Friday. This is the state of British journalism. Now, just going on about... and a tangent. So going on about British journalism, I read something about this darts player earlier on, and they're going on about Ali Pali in this news article, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Where the fuck's Ali Pali? I love darts, right? I love a game of darts. I used to love to watch darts when I was with my ex. Don't watch telly much anymore, but I used to watch it like all the time. I'm like, what the fuck's Ali Pali? Didn't say in the news article, didn't educate your common man. You're like, literally, I had to go and Google and find out it meant Alexandra Palace, right? This is the state of fucking journalism, and I swear they're getting AI involved, and AI will print whatever you fucking tell AI to print, so you're not going to even have journalists going like, I can't fucking write, this is shit. But yeah, 6 days per week, Monday to Friday. Add that fucker up if you can. Journalism. Oh. He has also agreed not to touch the surplus in the company's pension scheme and to keep the Royal Mail brand and its headquarters and tax residency. This is the bit I was on about earlier. Tax residency. Tax fucking, yeah. In Britain for the next 5 years. That's not what it said up top, was it? Didn't they say, like, that you can have it, you can take it overseas, you can run it overseas, you can own it overseas, but it's got to stay in England? And it's like, well, I've agreed to 5 years, mate. After that, you're fucked. Look, why didn't you write that into the, before you sign on a... Royal Mail will add another famous name. Oh! Please say it's Gary Lineker. Sorry. Wonderful thing about having your own channel, isn't it? Who cares? To Mr. Kretinsky, because he's so famous. Remember, he's the Sphinx. He's so low profile, we don't even know who he is, but apparently it's a famous name as well on the same thing. Fucking God. Oh, no, it's got to be Roger Noors if we're doing that kind of shit. Anyway, growing roster of British assets. The tycoon, who, I love that tea, who made his fortune in the European energy sector, owns a large stake in West Ham United Football Club, as well as a chunk of supermarket chain Sainsbury's. Mate, where does Brexit come into any of this shit? He swooped on Royal Mail earlier this year with his multi-billion-pound bid. Having previously, because obviously all of the billionaires in England are like working big pharma, mate, because that's where all our fucking money goes. Having previously built up a nearly 28% stake in the parent company IDS over several years. His takeover of Britain's postal carrier has proved highly controversial and was called in for review by ministers due to Royal Mail's vital role in the UK's natural infrastructure. Not anymore. However, Mr. Kretinsky, whose net worth is estimated at £7 billion, appeared to have won round ministers last month when Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds dubbed Kretinsky a legitimate business figure, despite the billionaire's links to Russia through his previous business. Oh, come the fuck on. Literally, Jonathan Reynolds. Who the fuck is Jonathan Reynolds? Well, he's the business secretary, and his fucking say-so has let an oligarch, a foreign oligarch, take over something that's literally as English as you can fucking get. His imminent takeover of the business comes at a difficult time for Royal Mail, which in recent years has been posting hundreds of millions of pounds in losses as it struggles to improve its service levels. Well, hopefully, Daniel, you'll be able to put that fucking right. Don't know how West Ham's doing. Sainsbury's, not a problem with. As far as I know, Sainsbury's is running just fine. If you can do it, darling, you can do it better than us. You do it better than us. But I do have another question in a minute when I finish with this. Last week, it was slapped with a £10.5 million fine by the communications regulator Ofcom for failing to meet its delivery targets for both first and second class post. It has resulted in multiple complaints from customers, some of whom say even important letters such as medical appointments and legal documents are arriving late. Royal Mail has also been calling for the USO to be altered, arguing the sharply declining amount of letters being posted has made the legal requirement an expansive waste of money for the business. Do you know what? Thank fuck for TV licensing at this point, because I get a letter like at least once every fortnight. So they're keeping the Royal Mail going. God! USO is currently under review by Ofcom. Instead, the firm wants to focus more on parcel deliveries, which are more profitable and growing in demand as more people shop online. So watch out, Bezos. Now, my other fucking question before I leave you, and I do apologise. Well, no, I don't apologise for myself. You either like me or you don't. I'm coming from a place of love here. Mankind is my business. Right? Always has been, always will be. Do not do this for fucking money. Do not churn out content just for the sake of having content out there because I get paid for it. Do you know what I mean? I talk about shit that I feel matters, and I think that this matters, right? So one question for you, and please, because I absolutely love it when people comment on my stuff and I can get involved in the chit-chat and whatever. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't always tell me that there's stuff there. So when I comment on other people's posts, there can be people replying to me and I never know. So I'm pissing somebody off. So it might be worth watching just to say what happens there. So yeah, I don't really know what Brexit was about, because when we did actually achieve Brexit, when Brexit won, I was like, yeah, cracking, no more Serco. Not happening, mate. No, not happening. It still costs £85 to change a fucking light bulb in the Royal. Do you know what I mean? As far as I know, like over £1,000 for a fucking 500 quid washing machine, that kind of thing. You know, like they're rinsing us on every level. They are rinsing us on every level. And there was something I was always going to put in this video, but I'm going to keep it to this one story, right? But we need to be talking to each other right now, because they're just going to do it anyway. No matter what we don't want them to do, they're going to do it anyway, right? Actually, I forgot this. Somebody posted this. I don't know the legitimacy of this shit, right? This is a tweet by Malcolm Roberts. QLD, so I'll get Queensland. I don't know this dude either. I just don't live in a bubble. He said the UK recently completed a trial of a carbon credit system that sets a daily allowance for each person. In effect, a limit on your ability to purchase food, clothing, goods and travel, as you have always done. The limit has been set at 20 kilograms of carbon emissions per day, with food restricted to 2,600 grams. Food manufacturers are cooperating by, now I have actually seen this by adding a carbon statement on their packaging to inform consumers how much their allowance each product consumes. For example, a packet of cheese accounts for 1,100 grams, almost half of your daily carbon allowance. Now, I ain't that bothered about this, right? Because how do you police that? What happens in, like in the foreign food section of this Sainsbury's or your Polish shop, where you've got Polish fucking food? Because obviously England now is not for the English anymore. Where I live in Leicester, I am an ethnic minority. So you've got world foods are a big thing where I live. What, are they going to get fucking people in Poland to stick this shit on? How are they going to tally it up? How are they going to go, oh, you bought this packet of sausages, it ain't got that on it, but we're going to take off it now. But that does sound like a tippy toe into the old social credit scoring thing, which we know that they want. We should do by now, anyway, that they want the line that they want us to go down. We've always been slaves, and we need to get away from they want to make us slaves, right? Because that's what we've always been. We are farmed. The human beings, in my personal opinion, are the only species being farmed who, no, I did put it somewhere where it made sense, but we are farmed by these people. These people, we are product. They don't care whether we live or die. They definitely don't care if we thrive. They don't want us to thrive. And preferably, if we didn't exist, that'd make their life easier. Just keep that in the back of your head, sort of thing. But yeah, so this whole 3.6, how many billion was it? It was 3.6, wasn't it? Doesn't matter, right? But we're going to get, no, it does matter, Kerry Ann, 3.6. Right, so we're going to get England, so please make this make sense for me, right? Don't care, personally, that we've sold it off seas, right? I'm not a traditionalist kind of woman, I'm not like, keep it British, do you know what I mean? Like I say, I am an ethnic minority in my hometown. Do not give two shiny shits, except for the fact that there's less people that can actually communicate with now, and some of them look quite frightening, to be fair, not gonna lie. Like the burly men walking around Leicester City Centre that you're just like, mate, you look a bit dodgy. Anyway, so this 3.6 billion is going to who? The government. So what's the government going to do with this? 3.6 billion for England. Sounds like a nifty little Christmas present, doesn't it? Are you going to spend it on a winter fuel allowance? No. Bet you any money, right, that they say, no, we need this to plug up this black hole that the Tories left. And when the Tories got in, I remember, because my mum was always a Tory, bless her. Can't fix stupid. Sorry, Mum. Sorry. She'd agree with me now. I swear she'd agree with me now. Right? But I remember her going like, no, we need the Tories back in. Labour, every time Labour get in, they just rinse us, right? And then the Tories have to come in and fix what Labour have done. Now, Labour have now come in and said they've got to plug a £22 million black hole. So is that where this £3.6 billion is going? Into a black fucking hole? Now, let's imagine this black hole, right? So we're £22 billion in debt to God, the universe. How are we paying that? How are we paying that? What are the installments? No, we're paying to a group of family banking cartels who have I'm going to go deep for a second, but this is my share, who have the secrets of the universe and everything fucking in it, and have used it to enslave mankind to work for them since they were left with these secrets. Now, unfortunately for these bastards, the people who fucking left it with them are coming fucking back and asking questions sometime in the relatively near future. Hopefully in my fucking lifetime. These bastards are stuffed, right? But what they did, they set up a monetary system, a tool of control to make us their little worker ants. We literally live so that they can ring a little bell and get a little gin and dubonnet and a fat Cuban in their leatherback wing chair with doors bigger than my fucking house. Big, huge outdoors, like luxury, opulent fucking everything. That is why you are suffering, my darling. That's why your kids can't afford to leave home. That's why you are choosing between heat or eat, so that a couple of people can literally have everything. And they set up this monetary system, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, trouser leg up, bum a little kid, right? Sorry, opinions, right? Does happen to tie in, but that's not what this video is about, right? And literally, that's where that £3.6 billion is going to go. You mark my words. I don't see anywhere in this news article that I've just read out where it says the government are going to take this fucking cash windfall and make the country great again. They're going to give something back to you. No, they'll probably use it to build a new fucking train system or some fucking vanity project or a new luxury yacht. Who the fuck knows? Because this is a black hole they're filling. They could take any amount of money, up to £22 million, and it can fucking vanish. Disappear. Sexy magic. Like, literally, poof, gone. It's like, mate, don't blame us, blame the Tories. We're just selling off everything in your fucking country, bringing in, and it does not make me racist for calling out that 75% of Somalian refugees are in public housing, right? My son lives at home at the age of 22, right? I moved out at the age of 17. Do you mean this used to be a thing? Nowadays, whoa, mate, sorry. No, can't have any houses for you, mate. Can't have anything for you. And these poor fuckers that we're shipping in, that we're fucking touting England as a land of milk and honey. Because, yeah, like getting all these fucking people who are better at working than we are and whatever, they've still got to fucking live here too. And one day they're going to realise that it isn't a land of milk and fucking honey. That they've been lied to. We're all fucking lied to. I'm going to end this rant because, as you probably noticed, I'm getting a bit irate. But I will leave you with the two questions. Where does this fit in? And please, if you've got a few minutes in your day, you know, like even if you're just going to a few minutes go, I didn't watch it. It's cracking. You know what I mean? It's like, thank you. You know that you gave a bit of your time to me anyway. You know, even if it was just an attempt at an insult. You know, like we need to start talking. All of us. Do you know what I mean? From every country need to start speaking because there are the enemy of the people always wins and always will until we discuss it and realise what's fucking going on. Anyways, doing it again. What happened to Brexit? Where's this money going to go? If you can answer me that, thank you so much. If you've stayed till the end, I owe you a bevy, you know I do, but you'll have to sit with me and we'll have to discuss this shit because we need to be discussing stuff. Reach out, add me on Facebook. My name's Kerry-Ann Noe Howitt. Picture of me is me thing. And I'll give you my phone number if you want. Let's fucking talk. Please, let's talk about this. So yeah, if you stay till the end, I owe you a bevy. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that lovely fandango. Thank you for being here. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. And that's why I do this. Bye.